He never told me his name. Ankle deep in mud, blood everywhere, gun against my skull, and he couldn't extend the simple courtesy of introducing himself. It would have made everything else more bearable. Instead, all I have is the pain. Let me tell you the story of how this happened to me.
It all started with a car hurrying down the Blackswoods Road one late October night. My pulse quickened as I skidded around each corner, each time gripping a little less, losing a little more control. I drove in a possessed fury, gritting my teeth with an alkaline taste in my mouth. I gunned into fourth gear as I came around a hairpin turn, savoring the way my tires spun and squealed and gripped true. The only thing I didn't account for was the other car. What I remember most about it all was being in the air, soaring for a moment over a thick, black, rain-soaked forest before hurtling down again. I opened my eyes. Was I still alive? Was I in hell? Or in the womb? Darkness. Darkness everywhere. The water around me burned like fire, my body seared in places I couldn't identify. About the time I realized that I was alive, I realized I'd soon be dead. I started to panic. But then, a sign, a flash of white from the side above me, I followed it. At the very last moment, an image filled my mind. A dark citadel among lonely mountains with bats whispering in the darkness around. It filled my vision completely, jarringly, before fading into the reality of an uneasy cold lake and crooked woods. I started back, though my body dragged like a lead sack. Just as my strength failed me, I sloshed against the sharp, hard rocks and gripped a slippery edge with the might I had left. For a moment, I rested. Then I began to pull myself up the muddy, hard slope, handful by handful, stinging like I'd been ravaged by 1,000 wasps. I finally gripped the gravel, the grass, then the asphalt. I sank to my knees and could do little more than lift my head to see the grisly scene. As the lightning flashed, I could see my convertible pinned against the snapped tree by a sleek black sedan. The words at the side of the car: Hookland Police Department, to serve and protect. The horror of what had happened didn't stop me from staggering to my shaking knees and stepping forward. I don't know if there was still a way to salvation, but I knew the way I was headed wasn't it. Oh, sure, shake your head. Call me an idiot. Scream at me like you would some big-titted teen in a horror movie. You want the victim to turn back, to conquer curiosity. Run! Hide, you say? Well, let me let you in on a little secret. Turning back is impossible. You can't not know. I was close to the door now. Took one last look at my named car. The car I'd bought one summer after bussing tables. The car I'd washed 100 times by hand. The car I'd lost my virginity in. Now crushed like a Coke can. I grabbed the handle of the police car and opened almost to it. The blank glow of lightning illuminated the driver's corpse. I turned quickly, but the scene will live with me forever. It wasn't the blood or the mangled body. It was the look in his eyes. Fear was the last thing that man felt when he left this world. A deep fear down into the core of the human consciousness. It was a fear that stopped your heart stiff, even if that very stiffness left you exposed and naked to danger. It was a fear just like what I felt that next moment when someone tapped me on the shoulder. Evening, sport.
Fear. The kind of fear you can't imagine until it happens to you. The kind that makes you wonder why you ever went to horror movies to try and get that way, since it's a real thing. That thing it all hinted at, flirted with, was a terrible thing. A
ferocious thing, a thing that made your soul limp and useless. That's how I felt when I realized I was not alone in that black, lonely night, 15 miles from the nearest house, a mutilated police officer just in front of me. There was no reason that person would be here. At least, no reason I wanted to think about it.
Fine job you did there. Real work of art. Take it from an expert. Oh, I'm sorry to scare you. It just helps to have the upper hand in my profession. Kind of incredible what just happened, isn't it? The wheel of fortune spins, one escapes, one lives, one dies. So be it. I'm not one to fuck with God.
A cold circle pressed against my skull, and I glanced down at the officer's belt, which brandished an empty holster.
Though I will step on his toes if I must. Still, I owe you a favor. A man like me doesn't appreciate captivity. So I'll give you the next 60 seconds to tell me why I shouldn't pull this trigger and let the rain cover the rest of my tracks.
My brain froze, my gum stuck, my tongue twisted around itself, my whole body betrayed me. I worked my mouth loose and rattled off an idiot list of things. I have a family, a girlfriend. Who the hell miss me? I'm a decent person, I mean, it's just an accident, I mean, I should be I have to be at work tomorrow. I just wanted to go for the ride this one night, and now instead of being warm in my bed, I'm here the rain. Oh, God.
Go on.
I'll submit to God. I'll go to church. I just want to live. Please.
Shit! Get down! There's more than one bullet in this gun. Keep moving inch. The charade is up.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody out there?
Now, where were we?
I won't tell them anything. I never saw anything. There's all they'll hear from me.
Oh yes, that'll do. Yes, that'll do indeed.
I breathed a sigh of relief. The nightmare was over. The man wasn't merciless after all. Hell, I didn't even know why he was there. Not that it mattered to me. I felt a twinge of guilt with the two corpses being soaked in the rain, but my own freedom was more important. Death had lashed at me too many times already that night. I just wanted to get home. Get some sleep. Get the nightmare behind me.
Just one thing. Quit it!
I fought to utter one last word of protest, but the next blow was cold steel against my head. The world blackened. Last moments of dying fish, darkness. My eyes shut. Somehow, I awoke. The wind had been whipping me for some time. My face was chapped and white-hot, but the sounds of the forest eased the small fires burning throughout my body. I smiled, I think, and tried to open my eyes. But the horror of the night returned. I could not. My eyes burned, but it was not the sun. I clawed my face and only grabbed empty holes. Eventually, I heard men yelling and howls of sirens. I thought they'd leave me for dead, so I opened my mouth to cry, but I opened it in vain. Burning my eyes, it was also in my throat, and a coarse gurgle came from the mouth that tried to speak. Some deal we made, that villain and I. I don't know how long I thrashed there uselessly, but darkness overcame me again. And I woke up to the hard, dry bed where I am now.
You know the rest. He'd sewn the stitches crudely enough that I could learn to speak again. But my eyes. God, my eyes. Beauty is gone forever. Ironic, isn't it? I headed into the forest that night in search of something. And what I got is this. Why couldn't he have just finished the job? Please, don't patronize me, or comfort me, or accuse me anymore. I have no idea how he was caught, what was his crime, or where he intended to go. He never told me his name. All I remember is that voice.
I've already told you more than I promised to. I don't know why you want to torture this thing out of me. I've already suffered enough. I can't know if you'll ever find him, but if you do, tell him this. Tell him I did my best to keep the bargain. Tell him I like to know his name. Tell him I, too, should know him better than to fuck with God.
Oh yes, that'll do. Yes, that'll do indeed.